Welcome to Candidly Speaking with Nikel. Okay, today is Wednesday, June 11th, 2025. How my New Yorkers doing? My people in South Africa, thank you for supporting my dream. No. So I would like to call today, I wonder why Wednesday, right? It's just a wonder why. Um, And I want to talk about this experience I had yesterday. It was very interesting, and it made me think about Diana Ross record. Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you? You know that one. You got to look it up, guys, if you don't know. But anyway, I'm from the Bronx, from the South Bronx, the boogie down Bronx. And I go there a lot because I still do things in the Bronx. You know, that's been 50 years of my life. So it's hard to break a old habit unless you move from New York, you know. I went to get me some steamed fish from a fish market in Prospect Avenue. Anybody from the Bronx know the one on Prospect. So while I'm in there, I haven't been in that fish market in a very long time. So it was interesting because at first I was going to go to this fish market in Queens. And I was like, nah, I'm here. Let me just check them out. I got my salmon and cabbage and corn, onions, okra. Put all the little packets in the basket and they cleaned it. So I walk over. The way it goes is you get your seafood, you walk over to the next gentleman, he weigh it, you pay for it, they clean it, then you take it over to be steamed. So the man is standing there. Now while this is going on, there are people coming in, a little bit of people. So there were, this conversation will lead you to the two couples. I just happened to be people watching while I was waiting for my fish to get steamed. Anyway, the gentleman says to me, I asked for garlic to go on, they have chopped garlic. I don't have that much. Mind you, he had a whole big container weighed next. So I was like, okay, I feel kind of like it's a black thing, so I'm going to ignore it. He was Mexican, Hispanic, I don't know what it was. So anyway, I gave him the items to put them in the steamer. So I go to lean up against the wall because I have this thing where when I go in any public place, I always put my back up against the wall. That's a dance. It's a song that went that way. I know I sound weird right now, but anyway, I put my back up against the wall so I can look at the place. So as I'm standing there, there's a Hispanic girl. She's pregnant. Her mate is a black man. No origin, like I wouldn't say he was African. I don't know what he was, but I know he wasn't African. He was a black man, older. So as she was getting the food, she looked at him and said, I'm telling you right now, if your son like this, I'm never bringing him back here to get it. You got to do that. So I looked at him, like my eyes just looked like, you going for that? You taking that? And he just ignored her. They left. So I'm standing there. There's another black guy. His girlfriend's Hispanic. She's in the corner with the kids. So the daughter looked like she was 100% Hispanic. The son looked half black, half Hispanic. She punched him in his mouth, and he was 2 years old for no apparent reason. So he's looking at me crying, and I look right at her. And I said to myself, like, when you people watch, right? Like, why did I have to see all of that? And then, you know, I see life through a different lens, right? And I write my books that way. And I have to speak candidly about what came to my mind. I'm like, is there a veil over the black man's eye that He doesn't have to take the abuse from the Hispanic woman. And the reason why I say that, I have 2 black males in my family who, they date out their race. They date Hispanic women. One black male, she poisoned his food and he has kidney disease for life, and she took his condo from him. And the other one, she takes all of her food stamps to her mother house, her baby that they just had to her mother house. Don't let him have no. I'm looking like, and both of these black men that say, well, because black women and this and that. And I'm like, back it up. The abuse you're taking, the black women will never do, because we have this appreciation thing going on. So, I have 3 sons, and I have these conversations with them. And listen, I'm only telling you what came to my mind. I have to share this. So I asked them, I said, have you ever seen an African man with, like 100% African man, African mother, African father, with a Hispanic woman? And they were like, no. And I said, because they value their, that's how they say it, right? They value their private part. I said, it's a spiritual thing to it. But listen, we're not going to touch on that. Because Sunday, you guys got to tune in Sunday. I will be doing a little bit of ministry, right? Just, I just want to read a psalm to you, give some inspiring words. But I wanted to share all of that. So that's my wonder why for Wednesday. Like, I wonder why. And it's interesting because I have seen a lot of men talk about, it's the weave and the lashes. Guess what? I don't wear lashes. I kind of agree with the lash thing. But if you go back and think, my mother wore them, and that was years ago. So it's just history repeating itself as far as fashion and style goes. The wigs, the lashes, the vintage bags. And that's what that is. I do get it though. But then I said, is it a subconscious thing that the young black women don't know they're doing it with the lashes, the wig? Like, are they trying to be what they feel the black man is looking at? Listen, this is confusing to me too. I am happy to be 54. Trust and believe me, with a young spirit. I love that. It's all of these different things came to mind. Then I went over to, this is my brain, start thinking about my podcast, I think yesterday, when I was talking about the Section 8 thing, and I was like, well, I didn't continue that. I have an experience living in Section 8, and I remember I didn't even know the building. Well, private Section 8 is different because that's not something you keep. You only get it if you're not working or you have something going on. Other than that, you get a job, you pay rent. So there's a big difference in that state Section 8 and private. But anyway, I remember filling out an application for an apartment. So once the lady was, it's like they received it 2 days later, and I received a phone call. The woman says, well, I am going to give you the apartment, and then I'm quitting. She said, and I'm going to see how they like that. And I was like, oh, okay. She told me where to go. They handed me my key the next day. And then I realized, after I'm moving in, and this Hispanic lady comes in, walks in my house. And I'm looking at her and my mother. I'm like, hello. And she was like, oh, I just wanted to meet you. Somebody told me a new family moved in. It was really cool. But then I realized we were the only black family in the building. The whole building. Then I realized they moved in another black girl across the street. I have twins. She have triplets. Her triplets' birthday's Christmas Eve like mine, and I could not believe that all the Hispanics in my block thought we were related because we were black, and I had twins and she had triplets. It was just interesting, amazing. So it stayed that way for a long time, but I knew how to conduct myself and taught my boys how to, I don't believe in when in Rome you do what the Romans do in a case like that. So I had to maintain a reputation, and they definitely respect me. It's how you respect yourself for others to follow through. Anyway, what gave me the thought was that I think Section 8 was really made for Hispanics. It wasn't made for black. I'm so sorry. Because, nobody in the building went to college. I'm like, none of the boys are doing that, but all the girls are having babies. So, I'm going to leave that right there. I love all people. I love all races. Trust me, during this Candidly Speaking podcast, I will be talking about my race too. I don't leave anyone out. This is just life experiences, things that I see, seeing life through a different lens. That's just my view. I am not asking anyone to agree with me. But I just want to thank everybody for the support. It feels good. And I hope that you will continue to download and subscribe, right? So thank you for listening to Candidly Speaking with Nikel. Oh, let me add this. Friday, you will get chapter 1 of I Went Through a Lot of Pain During My Walk of Shame. Sunday, you will get our little ministry thingy that we're going to start. I'll read a psalm and just talk to everybody. Just a nice laid back Sunday. So now it's thank you for listening to Candidly Speaking with Nikel. And never forget, I love you.